with Boggs returned along on his horse, whooping and yelling like an Indian. He was drunk, weaving about in his saddle. He was over 50 years old and had a very red face. Everybody yelled at him and laughed at him and sassed him, and he sassed back and said he'd come to kill old Colonel Sherburne, and his motto was meat first, spoon vitals to top off on. All the loafers looked glad, and I reckon they were used to having fun out of Boggs. Here comes old Boggs, in from the country for his little old monthly drunk. I wonder who's gonna chaw up this time, they all said.
Where you from, boy? Prepared to die?
He don't mean nothing. He's the best naturalist old fool in Arkansas. He wouldn't hurt nobody, drunk nor sober.
Come out here, Sherburne. Come out and meet the man you swindled. You're the hound I'm after. I'm gonna get you too.
And so he went on, calling Sherburne everything he could lay his tongue to, and the whole street packed with people listening and laughing and going on. By and by, a proud-looking man about 55, and he was a heap the best-dressed man in town, 2 steps out of the store, and the crowd drops back on each side to let him come.
I'm tired of this, on dirt till 1 o'clock. Till 1 o'clock, mine no longer. After that time, you can travel so far, and I will find you.
Oh Lord, don't shoot! Oh, he's killed him! Father!
Slow along the crowd, and wherever it struck, the people tried a little to outrage him, but they couldn't. They dropped their eyes and looked sneaky. Then pretty soon Sherburne sort of laughed, not the pleasant kind, but the kind that makes you feel like you are eating bread that's got sand in it.
The idea of you launching anybody, it's amusing. Do I know you? I know you clear through. I was born and raised in the South, and I lived in the North, so I know the average all around. The average man's a coward. In the North, he let anybody walk over him that wants to, and goes home and prays for a humble spirit to bear it. In the South, one man, all by himself, has stopped a stage full of men. In the daytime, robbed the lot. Your newspapers called you a brave people so much that you think you are braver than anybody. People, whereas you're just as brave and no braver. Why don't your juries hang murderers? Your mistake is that you didn't bring a man with you. That's one mistake, and the other is that you didn't come in the dark and fetch your masks. You brought part of a man, Buck Harkness, there, and if you hadn't had him to start you, and you'd have taken it out in blowing. But if only half a man like Buck Harkness, there's shouts, lynch him, lynch him. You're afraid to back down, afraid you'll be found out to be what you are, cowards, and into that half a man's coat tail, and come raging up here swearing what brag things you're going to do. Never hurt nobody, drunk nor sober.
He don't mean nothing.